back, children. Okay, have a good day to you all. See, all of you have to open your page number agriculture in India lesson. Okay, 60, page number 60, 61. Okay, see, in the last class we have studied about types of farming: simple subsistence farming, intensive subsistence farming, commercial farming. Okay, and we have studied about cropping seasons. Okay, how many cropping seasons are there? 3. Okay, 3 cropping seasons are there: Rabi, Kharif and Zaid season. Okay, see, Kharif season is which season? Monsoon season or winter season? See, Kharif season is monsoon season or rainy season we will call. Rabi season is winter season. Okay, see, and the Zaid season is which season then? In between of Rabi and Kharif season we are calling as Zaid season, and Zaid season is very short season. Okay, I think you are following the lesson, right? See, and here we have started about the learning about major crops. Okay, what are the major crops? So what are the major crops? Paddy, wheat, maize, millets, pulses. Okay, paddy. See, when I am asking you what are the major crops, you have to say all of this. Okay, don't confuse. Paddy, wheat, maize, millets, pulses. You know about all of this because you are consuming daily, right? See, paddy, wheat, maize, millets, pulses. So yesterday we have discussed about paddy and wheat. Yes or no? So line wise we are going to know about this maize, millet and pulses. Understood? See, first we have to know about the maize. Okay? First we are going to know about the maize crop. Okay? Maize you don't know. You will eat corns and all. Sweet corns you will eat, right? And whatever we are available in our market yards. Okay? That you will eat, and in the form of rotis. Okay? You will consume the maize food. Okay? See, maize is a kharif crop. Which crop? Kharif crop. And it needs the temperature how much you know? 21 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius. Okay. And but in Bihar they form this maize in Rabi season. Okay. In Bihar they form maize crop in which season? In Rabi season. See here I have written some of like this. Don't you think any other language? Okay. See, I just wrote some of the small shortcuts of states names here. Okay. See, this is all are which are the producing of maize crops high. Okay. These all are which are producing maize crops high. See, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Telangana, AP and Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. Okay, these all states are producing high yield of maize. Understood? See, and here maize it is a crop which used both as food and fooder. Understood? See, maize is a crop of food and as a fooder also. Fooder is nothing but to the other animals. Okay? Understood? Of course, it is. We consume human beings and as well as it is a fooder for other animals also. Okay? And how we get high yield of maize? See, by using of HYV seeds. Already I have told you about the HYV seeds, and here they gave a separate box about the high yielding varieties of seeds. Okay, high yielding. Yielding means we know that crop which when we harvested what we are getting the crop we are calling as yield, right? So high yielding varieties. see which seeds if we sown in the land, okay, from that seeds if we get more high yield, okay, so that seeds we are calling as high yielding varieties of seeds. Okay, see, by using of HYV seeds and by a well developed irrigation system to the fields of the maize, okay, and fertilizers, by using fertilizers we will get more crop. Understand? Okay, and see, as I told you, producing states are what? Major producing states: Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. Okay, this is about the maize. Maize is a which crop? Maize is a which crop? Kharif crop. But in Bihar, is it Kharif crop? No. In Bihar, it is a Rabi crop. Okay, in Bihar state. Okay, next we are going to know about the millets here. Millets. Okay, see, what are the millets? Jowar, bajra and ragi. Okay, see, the important millets we are calling as these are three. These are three are important millets: jowar, bajra and ragi. And another term we are calling these three millets as coarse grains. Okay, these millets we are calling as coarse grains, and it is having a high nutritional value. Okay, see, these all millets have high nutritional value. It's rich in iron, calcium. Okay, see, ragi is rich in iron and calcium. Okay, ragi. Understood? This is ragi. Don't you think any another? Okay. Ragi is rich in iron and calcium. See here, and among these all, jowar is a line by line. What is jowar, what is bajra, and what is ragi? Line by line will read. Okay, here jowar. It is a rain-fed crop, and this jowar it will be giving off a best out of yield in moist areas. Okay, in moist areas. See why I kept this, in Maharashtra. See, comparing to these all states, most of the high yield of jowar will get in this Maharashtra. Okay, most of the crop, okay, most high percentage of the crop of jowar, understood? Jowar will get into the in Maharashtra state, and it is followed by the next Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh. Understood? Here, see, jowar, bajra and ragi are the important millets grown in India. These three known as coarse grains, and they have very high nutritional value. It is rich in iron. Ragi is rich in iron and calcium and other micronutrients also it's have. Okay, and roughage. Jowar is the third most. Okay, third most important. Okay, third most important food crop with respect to area and production. It is a rainy fed crop, as I told you, right? It is a rainy fed crop. Rain fed crop. Understood? Mostly grown in moist area, which is hardly needs irrigation. Yes. Jowar needs irrigation. Hardly needs irrigation. Maharashtra is the largest producer of the jowar. Yeah, I have told you all this. And here, next about bajra. Okay, see, bajra crop grown in sandy soils and shallow black soils. Understood? Shallow black soils. Understood? And these Bajra, most of the largest produced in Rajasthan state. In which state? Rajasthan state. From the Rajasthan state, we will get high yield of Bajra crop. Okay, we will get high yield of Bajra crop. From which state? Rajasthan. And I'll ask you tomorrow. So which state? Of course. I'll ask you tomorrow in the sense I'll remind you. Understood? I'll remind you tomorrow also. But you have to know that in which state, which crop is giving, getting more yield of the, in which state. Understood? So Bajra, in which state it will be producing of largest high yield of Bajra? In which state? Rajasthan. So followed by remaining states: Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Haryana. Understood? So it will grow in which soils? Bajra is grown in which soils? Bajra is grown in sandy soils. Understood? Sandy soils. You may think this is R maybe, but this is N. Okay, don't confuse. It's grown in sandy soils and shallow black soils also. Next, we will go for ragi. Okay, ragi is a dry season. Okay, ragi is grown in dry season and it is grown in red soils, black soils, sandy soils, loamy soils and shallow black soils. And as well as in the Karnataka, most of the farmers produce ragi. Okay, from the Karnataka state, we will get high yield of, okay, comparing to all the states in India, okay, high yield of ragi. In which state? Karnataka. And followed by Tamil Nadu. Okay, and the next in the Tamil Nadu also they produce of these ragi. Understood? See here, Maharashtra is the largest producer of jowar, followed by Karnataka, Telangana, AP and Madhya Pradesh. Bajra grows well on sandy soils and black soils. Okay, yeah, whatever I have read you all this, they have given here. Okay, see, next we have to know about the pulses. Understood? Excuse me. Pulses, you know, which you are eating now daily. And you know what? The in Indians only more using of pulses. You know what? You know that Indians only most of the pulses percentage we are using comparing to other countries. Okay, see, they have given here also. India is the largest producer as well as the consumer of the pulses. Okay, see, these pulses will produce more and as well as will consume also more. Yes or no? Okay. Sorry. Right, here there are main source of protein. Yeah, we know that pulses are the main source of protein. And vegetarian diet, of course, the non-veg item and in the non-veg meat, whatever they are eating now, that is having of a protein content more. But coming to the vegetarians, okay, protein content more, okay, in the pulses. Okay, it is rich protein content in the pulses. See, as I told you, Indians are producing more pulses as well as consuming more percentage of pulses as comparing to the other countries. Okay, see, what are the pulses then? Do you know any pulses names? Yes, see, red gram, green gram, black gram, okay, and see, masoor, peas and Bengal gram, okay. So this is all we are growing in our India. Okay, pulses need less moisturizer. Okay, these pulses needs very less moisturizer. Understood? For the growing and even of course in dry conditions also the pulses will be grown up. Okay, and being leguminous crop, all these crops except arhar helps in restoring soil fertility by fixing nitrogen from the air. See, I am going to tell you about this. Already I just have mentioned also. See, these pulses plants all Bengal gram, green gram, these all are leguminous plants. See, these all are leguminous plants. See, in the between of the crops, farmers used to be crop of these pulses. Why? Because they need a soil fertility and that will be used for the next crop. So, by using these pulses plants, the soil will become fertile. How you know? By fixing of the nitrogen from the air, these pulses plants will be fixed that nitrogen into the soil. Okay, and already you have studied in your science also. Okay, these all we are calling as nitrification. Okay, leguminous plants nitrification. Example also you may have read about Rhizobium bacterium. Just to recollect it. Okay, so that these all leguminous plants. Okay, pulses we are getting from the leguminous plants. Understood? So in the between of the crops, farmers used to be pulses. Okay, to crop. Why? Because to the fixing of the nitrogen into the soil, to make it out into the soil fertile. That will be so useful to the next crop. Understood? But among these all, only the arhar crop. Arhar crop. Of course, arhar is also a leguminous, but it will not fix the it will not participating in the nitrogen fixation process, which all leguminous plants they have done it, no. So, but these arhar plant, it's not participated in the nitrification process in the form of soil fertility. Understood? See here, major pulse producing states in India are Madhya Pradesh. See, they have given names here. Okay, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and Karnataka. Okay, see, these pulses are grown in these many states. Okay, once again I am repeating you. Okay, pulses have a protein content food crop. Understood? And it's grown in less moisture and even it will be survive in dry times also. Okay, and these pulses plants are leguminous plants. Okay, and it's all participating in nitrogen fixation and it becomes to the soil fertility. Okay, but only the arhar plants is not participating in nitrification. Understood? By using of these plants, the soil will not become fertile. Understood? See here, next we are going to know about food crops other than grains. Understood? Food crops other than grains. Food crops other than grains. See, what are those again here? First let us know about sugarcane. Sugarcane. See, when we are going to this from our Nizamabad to that area, we can see one of the old sugar producing industry. Okay, Nizamabad to Bodan, in that the way only we can see a largest big factory of sugar factory. Okay, see, in ancient days, of course it's not, some decades back it is in a big producing of sugar, you know. It's having a name of a larger all over India also. Okay, and now from Dishpalli to the Hyderabad route also we have one of the sugar factory. Okay, see about the sugar cane. Okay, it is one of the food crop. Okay, but it's not a grain. Okay, other than grains. Okay, sugar is tropical as well as a subtropical crop. It's a tropical crop and as well as subtropical crop. It grows well in hot and humid climate and the temperature of 21 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius. Understood? And it receives annual rainfall between 75 centimeters to 100 centimeters. See, I am telling you once again, sugarcane will take cropping time 1 year. Nearly takes 1 year. Understood? It's not like 6 months, 4 months crop. Understood? That's why here we are mentioning annual rainfall. Irrigation is required in regions with low rainfall. It can be grown on a variety of soils and needs manual labor. Okay? See, this sugarcane, producing of crop of this sugarcane need manual labor high. Okay? And it's needed a soil also. Okay, it can be grown on a variety of soils. It's not having a fixation of like millets. Millets and some other crops. We are fixing of in some soils it will be grown up high like that. And I told you some examples of also right here. See, but the sugarcane will be grown up in any type of the soil also. Okay, here I want to tell you one thing. See, all over the world, the Brazil country is the first highest producer in sugarcane. Okay, which country? Brazil. Brazil is the first place in producing of sugarcane. And which is the next position? India. Yes, India is in second position of producing of sugarcane. Okay, and from this sugarcane we are getting of sugar, jaggery and kansari and molasses also. Do you know about molasses? Okay, even molasses also we are getting from this sugarcane. And when we go near the sugar industries, okay, sugar factories, we'll get some of odor smell. Okay, we'll get off some odor smell. So that is from molasses. Okay, that is from molasses. Whatever the some of wastewater when the producing of sugar, they all that all they are keeping into a big tanks. Okay, big tanks. They are keeping that all big tanks from the very far to the industry, very far from these all the machineries. Okay, and whatever the wastages, when the sugar canes started from and forming of sugar, right? From these all processes, that all wastages they are dumped into one of the a big can. Big can means nothing but a can type of. It's having a huge size, like a room size. That much of big can it will be storage from some of months. So from that, the producing of what you know molasses. Okay, from that some of the drugs also they will produce. Okay, it will be useful in many variations. Producing of drugs. Okay, producing of wines like that. Understood? And next, oil seeds. Oil seeds. See, for cooking of our foods, we are using oil, yes or no? Even for applying of our hair in medicines and even in preparing of some skin creams and soaps, whatever. They are using the oil, yes or no? And so that we are going to know about the oil seeds. Do you know any oil seeds? Yeah, we know sunflower, right? Sunflower is an oil seed, yes or no? Yep. Sunflower is an oil seed. Groundnuts, also oil seed. Sesame, also oil seed. Castor, you know, castor. Castor also in an oil seed. Okay. So, we'll know about the oil seeds. Here, producing of the sugarcane, India is in second position. Yes or no? Producing of sugarcane, India is in second position. But producing of oil seeds, India is in first position. Okay. Producing of oil seeds, India is in first position. Understood? Here, India is the largest producer of oil seeds in the world wise. Understood? Okay. In the worldwide, India is the largest producer of oil seeds. Understood? See, I am repeating you means you have to know it clear. Understood? Here, different oil seeds are grown in cover of approximately 12% of the total cropped areas of our country. Yeah, I gave you edible and cooking mediums, right? See, and some of them also used as raw materials for production of soap, cosmetics and ointments. Yeah, and here these oil seeds, groundnuts you know, right? I'm taking the checklist, don't you think, right? Groundnuts is a kharif crop. Okay, groundnut is an oil seed or not? Yes, groundnut is an oil seed. And this is which crop? Kharif crop. Kharif means monsoon or rainy season crop. Understood? And of the major oil seeds produced in the country. See, Telangana, I am giving the list here which are producing the groundnuts. Telangana and Andhra Pradesh are the largest producer of the groundnuts, followed by Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Gujarat and Maharashtra. See here, Telangana and AP are producing groundnuts more. Okay, Telangana and AP are producing more groundnuts. And next in other states, okay, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Gujarat and Maharashtra. And but see, groundnut is which crop? Kharif crop. Okay, but here sesame is a rabi crop. Okay, sesame is kharif crop in the north place, but it is in a rabi crop in south place. See, as I told you, the farming, it depends on the soil as well as climatic conditions also. Okay, climatic conditions also. That climatic conditions only we are divided as kharif and rabi, right? Yes or no? So like that. But here I told you this groundnut will be grown up in the kharif season, right? But coming to sesame, in the south side in another season, in the north place of our India in another season it will be grown up, right? It was growing on. Understood? Here, castor seeds is grown both as rabi and kharif crop. Okay, castor oil, it will be used for especially in Ayurvedic medicines. Okay, castor oil will be grown up in both seasons, even in the kharif season, even in the rabi season. Okay, next we are going to know about the tea. Anybody knows about the tea? Tea, of course, your parents will consume, even you maybe, right? See, tea, do you think that it is a seed? Tea powder will make a tea powder in the form of making of a tea. Okay, we'll use, no? So, do you think that is it a grain and the melting by grinding up the grain of we are getting a tea powder? Do you think in that way? No, it's from the leaves. It's from the leaves. From the plants we are getting the tea powder. Understood? Okay. See, about the tea crop we are going to know now. Okay. Comparing to this all the crops, the tea cropping is something different. Okay, something different. See, tea cultivation is an example of plantation agriculture. Okay, this is a plantation agriculture because from the plant we are getting now this tea powder. Okay, so this is we are calling as plantation agriculture. It is also important beverage crop introduced in India initially by British. See, I am telling you about here. About this all tea plantation introduced, Britishers are introduced in our India, but nowadays, okay, of course, introduced tea plantations are owned by Indians. Understood here? These type of farming, okay, plantation agriculture farming of the tea introduced by the Britishers in our India. But nowadays most of the tea plantations owned by Indians. Okay, right. See, the tea plant grows well tropical and subtropical climates. Okay, and fertile well, drained well, rich in human and organic matters. Okay, should give a more fertility for the organic matters. Tea bushes require warm and moist frost free climate all through the year. Okay, tea bushes. Okay, tea bushes. If you don't know, you can look at it in the picture. Okay, this is all tea bushes, tea plantations. See which type of atmosphere it's we need. Okay, it's a frost-free climate, moist frost-free climate. Okay, a warm and frequent showers evenly distributed over the year ensures continuous growth tender leaves. Tea is a labor-intensive industry. Okay, it's a labor-intensive industry. That means of what? Labor-intensive industry means for this plantation of the tea, laborers need more comparing to other crop. Understood? See, tea is a labor-intensive industry. Understood? Here. It requires uphand and skilled laborers. Tea is processed within the tea garden, okay, and restore its freshness. Major tree producing states in the hilly region of Assam, okay, major in the hilly regions, especially it will produced in the hilly regions, Assam, okay, and in West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Okay, India is one of the leading producer as well as exporter of tea in the world. Okay, of course we came to know that from others. Okay, remaining all our ancient farming only. Okay, remaining all crops are of our ancient crops only. But here tea plantation is introduced by Britishers. But nowadays we are becoming high producers than comparing to all other countries. Understood? So next I'll continue in the next class. Okay.